Hey everybody, FPV Budget Builds here. Been a while since I did a video. I posted a few a little while back, but my computer crashed out and I just haven't gotten around to doing some repairs and fixing everything so that I can process some videos. But thought I'd just do a little update on some of the stuff that I've been doing. I'm just sitting here watching a little bit of the old Crux 3 videos. I like to review my videos, and one reason is some people are asking, why do you have so much junk in your OSD? I like to be able to see how much throttle I'm using in certain areas, how good the signal is, review things like that so I can make improvements and changes in what I do and how I fly. Related to the quad itself. Obviously the little Crux 3, I haven't changed VTX or nothing in it. It's still stock. Still a blast to fly. But anyway, been doing some builds and things. This little guy was the Beta 65S. You can see other videos that I posted about it. And we kind of gave it a whole new little facelift. The only thing that's really Beta FPV on it is the board and the VTX now. Everything else has changed. It had the 19,000 kV Beta FPV motors, and they're all right, but I wanted to try something different, and so I went with the little Boss Sauce Haas from Tiny Whoop. These are the 17,500 kV. And so far, I really like them. And I also really am not a fan of the Beta FPV canopies. And so I changed that out. Put the little Goober canopy on here. And we went with the Caddx Antlight. If you know my quads, I'm a Caddx fan. I don't like the run cam too much. Some people like them, and that's all fine. So we changed that up. And we also went from the little standard Dupole to this little ORT. I seen Nick Burns was using these, and I thought I'd give it a whirl, and so far I'm really impressed. Flew it at my new house. We'll have some footage of that stuff later on. And all the VTX is really pretty impressive for a 25 milliwatt. Just changing the antenna, which brings up this little guy that we've seen before, little Flywoo Firefly Baby Nano. This one with this antenna actually does pretty good, but I think that the issue with these, it might be just the VTX itself. Really never was that super great. That's okay. Just for the VTX that's in it, it's not that strong. So anyway, I broke this out, and I was gonna just take everything and put it into a 75 millimeter whip frame, and I thought, wow, that'd be a cool little conversion. And I decided not to, because if I'm doing videos, I want them to be ones that are easy for beginners to do conversions and everything. And so this one had soldered motors, and so I thought, well, I can't really do a video on that, so I'll still probably do the conversion and see how it flies and everything, and do a video on that. But I'm not going to do the conversion video because it would be harder for those guys that aren't into soldering and stuff like that yet. But still, I still had fun flying this around the other day. Super quiet, doesn't bother anybody, and I was flying it on 450 CNHLs, and it flies pretty good. So here's the new build. Only the guys at Coast to Coast FPV have seen this so far. This is the Jax dead bat frame for 2-inch props, and this one's pretty fun so far. My antenna keeps getting folded back from my case. So what I did was I took a board from a Happy Model Cine 8. That's the their F4, Crazy Bee F4. And I ended up with an extra one somehow. And I was like, oh, well, I'll use that. And so I threw that in here. And I'm kind of a fan of the Happy Model motors. They've been pretty decent for me. So I went with these little guys, little EX 1202.5s, and they're 8,000 kV. Some people are like, oh, you need to put 10,000 on there or something. And I went with 8, and it's pretty good so far. The one reason I did this is because I can fly this on the board, the motors, on 2S or 3S. And so that'll be fun. I'm going to fly it on 3S today. Do a little 3S 450 and see what happens there. I found a new open area where I'm at. The only thing that's bad about this, I got this canopy because it would hold the Instago 2, and so I could get some video of that. But this being a 3D printed one, I had a guy where I used to live 3D print this, and his print obviously was not able to hold the stress. Mind you, I've only flopped this over on its lid once, and it cracked that. So I'll probably go back to the Jax 3D canopy that came with it. Some other cool stuff about this is that with these motors, the wires are long enough you can use the little wire tape, or as Nick Burns always says, the Emax tape, when it's not made by Emax, but anyway. So you can get all the wires out of the way. On my 40mm one, you can't fully clear these channels, so it may add a little bit of dirty air from that. Other neat things is this is running a little 350 milliwatt Rush VTX, and our little ELRS right there, EP2, it's my favorite. And I put this little Axie 2 on here. This is the Xylo ones. I was testing those out. They're a little touch less expensive. Thought I'd give them a whirl, and so far on this, it's pretty nice. I did some flights around my new house just to test it out and everything on a little 2S, and it does pretty nice. We'll have some better ones coming up, and I'll change this canopy. Maybe I'll put another one of these canopies on there and fly it with the Go 2 on there until it cracks and breaks. So if you're printing these canopies, definitely don't use the really hard stuff. It doesn't hold up. So other interesting things about this is when I put that board on here, it sits up high enough. You have this nice little channel underneath. If I can get a glimpse of it. So it's pretty deep there, so there's nothing to really set the batteries against other than the screws. And so I got some little sticky foam. I ran out of the black. This is actually some of the stuff you use underneath your canopy on a truck to kind of seal the gap between your canopy and the bed of your truck. I had a roll of that, and I thought, hey, I'll give that a try, and by golly, it works pretty good. Anyway, so that pads everything from your battery. And I should probably end up putting some of this stuff on there. This is the 3M dual lock. I got this from Newbie Drone, but you can get it other places for probably maybe even cheaper. I've been putting that on all of the Cinewhoops and everything, and I swear by it. It definitely will help keep your battery in there on there and keep it from ejecting. One of the other things is that I was just getting ready to buy some of this, and I watched some of the explicit FPV videos, and he was talking about this, and he's saying how he never has battery ejections with that. Even if you have a loose strap, it doesn't eject batteries. So this stuff's definitely worth the investment. So I gotta probably put that on here. I might have to pad underneath it or something different. So I got the old rubber bands on there, ready to hold on. I only had one on there before when I did test flights, and it worked good. So this should do just fine with two of them on there. So That probably will do it for now. I probably blabbed enough, but wanted to give you guys a little update. Doing this video here from the old RV. We're still not moved it fully into the new house yet, so I thought I'd pull off a little clip here on my day off. So we'll get these guys flying, get some footage, and hopefully soon I'll be able to get some video for you. So until next time, or until I post something else, keep doing everything in RC that makes you happy and you have fun doing, whether you're flying, boating, driving, whatever it works, man. Take care. See ya.